Yeah, yo. Woke up in the morning and to God be the glory. Thankful for another day to tell my story. Put my opinions in the universe and let them orbit. I'm from the dirty south with a dirty mouth, might need orbit. Miss things on me like a nigga Norbit. Had to refuse them cause my bitch no Fuchsia, she gorgeous. As I dap my sons up and kiss my daughter forehead. Tell them we gon' get this money till my pockets morbid. Remember living in apartments, now we playing mortgage.
Exhale. You exhaling high as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I just left Earth. And I'm gonna go back. And you ain't going back.
A couple hours.
Yeah.
Couple? Shit. About 6. About 6 hours.
Man. I was paranoid as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm just hitting some weed. I'm like, nah, this nigga doing experimental shit over here.
Yeah.
When that nigga pulled the torch out, I should have known. I was like,
right then.
If a nigga pull a torch out, I'm leaving. When it turned into chemistry.
Yeah, you feel me? Nigga pulled out the goddamn torch. When I seen that torch, I was like, I ain't finna like this, bro.
All right. Let me see you say your first and last name for me.
William Sparks.
All right. Get loud for me real quick. Pause.
Yo, yo, yo.
Get loud for me.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me move this
Make
closer.
some noise.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's great.
All right, bet.
You ready to go, man?
Damn, bro. What episode is gonna be? All right. This is.
Don't even say episode. Just say this is Rich Nags podcast.
Yeah. I be fucking up with that.
Don't even say episode because you gotta switch the name joint, right?
Yeah. And then this will probably come out 3 Saturdays from now. So
Yeah, don't even say episode.
yeah, you probably might end up in the 100s.
102.
That's okay.
Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy Deontay Cobb. Who's behind the camera?
Big Ice Cup Cat.
We're here with another episode of the Grits Next podcast. I don't know what episode this is. We just out here thugging, man. You know what I'm saying? Deontay at DeontayCall.com for all booking and inquiries. So when you ask me, like, how do I advertise on the podcast? Deontay at DeontayCall.com for all booking and inquiries. Advice at DeontayCall.com for all your advice submissions. New Music Monday, NMM at DeontayCall.com for all your music submissions. And go, gritsandeggs.com. gritsneggs.com for all the merch. And if you have any issues with your merch, support at DeontayKyle.com. You can reach directly out to Suki and she'll make sure you get sorted. What else we got? It's something else. It's something I'm thinking of. I'm your host, Deontay Cobb, but who's behind the camera? No, it's something else we got to plug. Oh, 657-234-X. 657-234-3447. I always feel weird about doing this thing in here because it's like, this ain't our regular. This ain't our, you know what I mean? I ain't got the music, I ain't got that. That usually set the tone for a nigga. Ferg, what's up, Ferg?
Shit.
Angel? Oh, shit. To go Master P. All right. We have a very special guest in here today. An Atlanta native, co-founder of the Trap Music Museum, and now founder. Hold on, run that back. We gotta edit that out.
Yeah. My man right, son.
No, we can't do them like that. Yeah, stuttering and scrambling.
Y'all want to reslate it? Okay, you want to reslate it?
All right, we got a very special guest in here today, an Atlanta native, co-founder of the Trap Music Museum, and now founder of Culture Wireless, a new black-owned internet company that's creating real buzz around the community-powered tech. So, William Bam Sparks, welcome to the show, brother.
Yes, appreciate it, bro.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Hey, man, so tell, before we get into Culture Wireless and how you land there, let's go back to the beginning. What's your background? Where you from? I know you're Atlanta native, but shout out your side, your zone, whatever the case may be.
West Side, man, Greater baby. Went to Frederick Douglass High School, grew up right over by Jackson Memorial Church. So, what?
That's zone 1.
Yeah, well, I grew up on the line of Zone 1 and Zone 4. So if you coming down Fairburn Road, right when you hit Collier, you know that's where it splits.
Oh, yeah, word. Yeah.
So,
I know Collier very well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister tried to get an apartment over there. I was like, we're not moving over here. Like, why are we moving here?
Yeah, man, that's where I grew up. So
Yeah.
went to elementary school over there, Basilini Usher, went to Doug, left there, went to Georgia Tech. I started off at Albany State first, though. I did a dual degree program. So I was a chemical engineering major, and then I switched and went to Georgia Tech.
Okay, what'd you do at Georgia Tech? Same
Chemical
thing?
engineering, yeah, same thing. And then I, found my calling, got up out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say you found your calling, what do you mean by that?
I literally got a call. So my cousin Doug hit me up. He was he's best friends with Tip, and they wanted to start an agency. So he's like, bro, you know sports. You played ball with all these guys growing up. We need some help, and shit, that was it. I left Georgia Tech that day.
Yeah. So what was your early career like? When you say like it was a sports agency?
Yep.
So
Grand
tell me
Hustle
about
Sports.
Yeah, Grand Hustle Sports. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So what was that like experience like going from being a chemical engineer to like more of a passionate role, like something you actually, I ain't gonna say you didn't care about chemical engineering, but like this is more of a creative passion.
It was
for you.
different, bro. Everything about it. I mean, I had people I can lean on. I had homeboys that was already agents that was moving into space that had clients. So I leaned on them, leaned on my homeboys that went to the league, like Calvin Johnson. He was at Tech when I was there. It's a sharp choice. Morgan Burnett, Derek Morgan, RP Bebe, those guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, and then that lead you, so you just around the whole Grand Hustle journey from from the beginning.
Yeah, from like 06 until 2018, 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you was in the thick of it.
Yeah.
I was 16.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm listening to King going crazy at the
Yeah,
crib.
yeah.
We was, when that top back dropped,
Yeah, it was
man,
crazy.
we had that had our school on fire.
Oh,
Because even the folks from New Orleans was like really fucking with that because he used Manny First Beat.
Yeah.
And we like damn near split 50-50 between Georgia folks and Louisiana folks. Yeah, so that like it was like that was the glue because we was beefing year prior. Year prior, top back might have been a peace treaty because niggas was fighting niggas every day. Like, yeah, that whole situation was crazy. Did you ever venture back into chemical engineering at all? Have you found?
No, it was crazy. I actually met with Georgia Tech last month. They want to have me a part of the advisory board for alumni because they're doing a whole creative engineering space. So it's not going to be competition with SCAD. It's more so how can you bring tech into the creative space. It's right there on Marietta Street by Main Street Studios.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Across the street, yeah. Yep. So,
I don't know what it is about the synergy. We just started. Tomorrow, it should be our first day recording at Mean Streets. We'll be doing New Music Monday at Mean Streets.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so
that's dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, drama the homie. I've been doing drama 20 years.
Yeah, I met Don Cannon and I was like, that nigga tall as hell.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize how tall bro was.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Because you only hear the Cannon.
Yeah.
You don't realize nigga like 6'8". You like, god damn.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Culture Wireless. I know that you co-founded the Trap Music Museum. Mm-hmm. That's just a continuation of your work with Grand Hustle, right?
Yeah, that was a continuation. I was a creative director for Tip's Dime Trap. So
yeah, for sure.
I was A&R and putting everything together, me and Doug and the team. And I had a concept called Escape the Trap that we came up with. Me, Tip, Doug, all of us went out with our old ladies to an escape room downtown. And I remember KT was like, man, don't nobody know this shit, this medieval time stuff? I was like, man, we need a trap-themed escape room. And everybody kind of turned around. It was that aha moment. And from there, I put it in the deck. And that's when Gucci said that he started trap music. So we was all sitting around like, damn, we need something that can kind of show the history of how trap music started. And boom.
Yeah.
That's how it kicked off.
It's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them aha moments just come out of like real life experiences too. It's out of most times it's out of like necessity.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think with that, I didn't get an opportunity. I didn't go to the Trap Music Museum or to the Pretty Girls Like Trap House either because I was in Alabama at the time. And I was in Alabama feeling like I was missing out on everything, bro. Yeah. But I was on the road, so it was like, whatever.
You got to pull up. You know, we just celebrated our 7-year anniversary October 4th.
Man,
So we still kicking, bro.
Say less. We in now.
Come on,
You
pull
ain't
up.
gotta say nothing. After this, we gonna put it together.
Yeah, let's do
We
it.
definitely need to pull up. Shit, y'all be shooting episodes in there?
Yes, we Bank used to shoot out of there.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess what? Grits and Eggs podcast coming live from Trap Music Museum for
That'll be
sure.
hard.
Coming
That'll be
soon. So Culture Wireless. How do you arrive at creating your own wireless network?
I was leaving the museum. My cousin Eno said he had a dude at Morris Brown. He was doing the esports facility. At the time, I had an esports facility on the Beltline, so I just wanted to go check it out, see what he was doing. And I pull up, and bro was bootlegging fiber, bro. He had his whole circuit. He put his own 2x4s up in the back of the old abandoned gym. Bro, it was the most niggery shit I've ever seen in my life. So I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, bro, this is the fastest internet in the city. And he went online. I called my business partner who did the fiber optics at the airport. So he pulled up, he did the test, and he was like, nah, bro, this is it. So basically, Google started a project at the AUC and left it. Never spun it up. So a company called, I can't think, Crown Castle. Crown Castle took the fiber and ran it back towards the city. They lease it to Georgia Tech, Mercedes-Benz, but it doesn't go back to the west side. So at that point, I'm like, damn, how can we get Vine City, the Bluff, English Ave lit up, AUC, and that day I just decided to start my own internet company.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it came from a necessity because, coming out of COVID, our kids was at the library. They had to go to Starbucks and just sit outside and do their homework. My nephew was one of them. He went to Carver, and he had to go sit outside and do his homework. And I'm like, no, we need to fix this. And that's how it started.
Man, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Are you in a startup phase? Is it actual working
It's
network?
a business.
Yeah, it's in business
We've
now.
been going for over 4 years. We started in 2021. This is
Absolutely.
right after COVID.
Perfect.
So what happened, we end up looking up and getting a couple contracts. So we won the RFP for the Beltline. So we're the official ISP for the Beltline. And then we won our RFP for Crenshaw, Destination Crenshaw. So it's crazy. On Thursday, we're doing a ribbon cutting. So Nipsey, before he passed away, had this concept of making Crenshaw a destination. So we're actually providing free internet for Crenshaw.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from idea to concept to actual business, did you experience a lot of obstacles? Did you experience any obstacles from the city? Did you experience obstacles with just people not believing in it? Because there is a big corporate giant in those spaces. We was having a discussion, and it's actually a video going viral on TikTok right now, where this young lady had pointed out the fact that when you in the hood, your AT&T, your T-Mobile, your Verizon, it don't work as well.
Yep.
But your Boost Mobile, your Cricket, your Metro, it's booming over there. Whereas when you go to a more suburban area, it's reverse. And I know it got something to do with cell phone towers, but it's also a way of redlining internet and phone connections.
It's a digital red line.
Yeah, it's a digital red line.
Yeah.
And with you having access to bringing some of the highest high speed internet to these more impoverished areas, I'm sure that come with a lot of red tape and a lot of pushback. So let's talk about some of the obstacles you experienced.
The biggest obstacle has always been money. So we kind of jumped into it thinking, all right, we have emotion. I got my contacts from the music industry and sports. Shouldn't be that difficult. But to build a ISP costs, we put $1 million of our own money into the company and need to raise more. And the city was rocking with us. Dre, he came out to our initial ceremony, ribbon cutting. The Beltline was rocking with us. The city, they embraced us, but what we didn't realize is once we ran that fiber to Vine City, that the density wasn't there anymore. A lot of those people don't live in those neighborhoods. A lot of them got moved out to Clayco, to DeKalb, so we couldn't really test it out the way we wanted it to. And then we had to wait on the feds to roll out different funding, like the BEAD funding or the Affordable Connectivity Program, which they shut down last year. So that's probably been the biggest obstacle, waiting on either the government or some other subsidies to help us build it, because it's expensive. To go from the museum to Morris Brown would have cost us 200, 300,000 to run one line of fiber. No, it's expensive.
And how many lines of fiber does it take to have like that high speed connectivity? Is it just the one
Just
line?
one. So basically, you connect to a data center, and you run a circuit to wherever the location is, and then you just break it off.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So for every spot on the belt line, it would cost us maybe anywhere between $2,500 to $25,000 to break off that fiber into different places.
So if I'm at, Cam Kirk studio on the belt line, that's you.
Yeah.
That's you I'm connecting
Yeah.
to.
It was
Hey,
funny.
that AC be, that AC, that Wi-Fi be booming over there. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
But there's also an entire apartment complex sitting on that belt line too, and y'all provide the wireless. Bro, that's so is it? It's not like I get an account with Culture Wireless. It's I get an account with.
No, you get an account with Culture.
You get a direct account
Directly with
y'all.
us.
So can you plug about how people can like find and start an account with you guys?
Just go to our website, culturewireless.com. But here's the thing, though. We'll be nationwide. We're running out our MVNO program, so we'll be a mobile virtual network operator. So think Metro PCS, Mint Mobile. So in the midst of me raising, we got $100,000 from Andreessen Horowitz. They're like the largest VC firm in the country. And I ended up meeting the VP of T-Mobile while we were there. And my boy Jonathan plugged us. We had a couple meetings, and that's when we decided to shift, not just doing fiber to home and doing straight internet access, but how can we do our phone service?
Yeah, correct.
And
So
fixed wireless.
So Culture Wireless is not only going to be providing Wi-Fi, but it'll be phone service as well too.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm trying to think about what type of internet Google had. they just left. They just left off. First of
It's
all,
a whole project. They just
First
left
of
it
all,
off.
the thing about that I love about black folks is like, let me see what this shit hitting on.
Yeah.
It's because they reverse engineered them folks shit, and he like, bro, I got the Wi-Fi for the low. This is like breaking a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
For Wi-Fi, that's super hard.
Yeah,
That's the ingenuity that we speak about often. A big thing is, I want to know more than anything is like as tapped in as I am to culture, and just always keeping my ear to like whatever is the most trending thing or whatever the most popping thing is. Maybe especially when it comes to like music, film, and other pop culture things. Like, why don't more people know about this in the aspect of, is it just a marketing thing? Do you think it's a fear of like investing in something new?
That part too. I mean, the marketing is about to pick up. I mean, we launched our We Furniture campaign. We've raised about $120,000 so far. I got another $300,000 or $400,000 committed. Once I really blow this up, we're thinking about doing Art Basel, big launch, parties, the whole nine. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But what I've seen is a lot of people assume because of what I've done in the past that I don't need that support, or how can I come in and invest, or how can we spread the word. So I've been really boots on the ground doing most of this on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think eventually people will see what I'm doing, but it's that not understanding how your phone works anyway.
Right.
Most people either, especially our demographic, you've been with AT&T for 20 years, T-Mobile since high school. A lot of people haven't switched. But now there's no brand loyalty anymore. Ryan Reynolds did a big thing for us. He sold last year for $1.35 billion. So the moment that happened, it kind of created the George Clooney effect. So you remember when George Clooney sold Casamigos?
Mm-hmm.
And you got Kevin Hart, The Rock, everybody in their moment put out a tequila.
Right.
So now you're about to see that same shift into phone service. Just pay attention to see how many people are now launching. Jason Bateman, Trump, what's his name, just launched 2 weeks ago. Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody wants to get into that lane because now it's more so about, let me just attach myself to said celebrity. But we wanted to take more of a community approach and build within to now we can share this with Vine City or a rural area. Let me go back down to Albany, Georgia and help people at Albany State. You know what I mean?
think that is an extremely effective way to move about it, and it might not have the glitz and glamour, and it might not be the flash in the pan type mentality, but it's very long standing because a thing that's going on in this country right now is a lot of defunding to rural medical spaces.
Yep.
And a part of that is them not having access to like fast moving internet.
Yep.
And just not being updated on things, right? So I think there's an application there as well, just to these more rural spaces, or just like cities that's considered country to us in here in Atlanta, Albany, Augusta, places like that. But I think that's incredible. I know for sure, like, we all about this.
Yeah.
We are about investing in our own, and especially when it comes to something like that, because that type of infrastructure is needed for us. Like, we talk a lot about doing for ourselves, and we don't think about Wi-Fi. You know, we don't think about mobile service. You know, we've been focused a lot more on the agricultural side, but that's also an aspect that can be provided with wireless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, cell phone service get a little shaky in certain places you go, but if you know you got a dependable source for your cell phone, then we in business. We talking about a whole different thing here.
Exactly.
So whatever you need from us, like whether that's an event to bring notoriety to it, a part of that marketing campaign, you know, just you being here. Shit, we willing to get down with you. We'll lend our platform to it anytime.
I appreciate it. Let's do some events together, man, because I think that's it. It's the visibility. You know what I'm saying? Being tapped into the city, we know we love the party, but I want to party with a purpose. We were just talking about 404 Day. Like, even this coming year coming up, I want to do a big culture wireless party, a partnership, do something big and bring the community out and have everybody sign up. You know, the more people that we can touch that get on the network, the better.
What does testing look like for this though? Like, it, you know, I think the biggest thing. So when I first moved out, there was a Wi-Fi company that was specific to my neighborhood.
Okay.
Like, I think they just had one tower over there, and it was a lot cheaper than going like Comcast, whatever the case may be. So I was like, yeah, I'll sign up with that, because like that's me too. Anytime it's like, I'll give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole thing. And it's like that first week, that jump was jumping, and then after the week, it was like, man, it's constantly disconnecting. And it's just like I had to go ahead and get with one of the bigger corporations. But I think that a big act of like resistance and protest for Black communities is finding alternatives to these big corporations. I think in times like this, we see that a lot more, just with the political climate and who's investing money in the things that's harming people.
Yep.
And people want to divest and then reinvest in things that are more aligned with their morals and their values. So let's speak to that, about like the importance of investing in our own, you know what I mean? And, but also, from the side of, from your side of it, is providing a quality product for people, and getting them involved in that. Like, how do those two things play into each other?
Well, I mean, we've been raising capital for about a year and a half, and I saw a lot of success coming from, shout out to Isaac Hayes. He's doing a great job with fan base. He's raised like $22 million. I invested maybe 3 years ago. So that whole equity crowdfunding kind of opened up my eyes and like, let me talk to my people. Let me go back to my old neighborhoods. Let me go on my social media and drive traffic and tell people they can have ownership. Like I was saying earlier, Ryan Reynolds sold for $1.35 billion. So if you were able to come in at an early phase, it's a seed round, and you put in $1,000, that would have got you, I would probably say, somewhere around $1 million return.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
So imagine
Niggas spend $1,000 on anything.
on anything. They just spend it. Spell house. My homeboys buying bottles, doing this, doing that.
Yeah, that weekend alone, a homecoming weekend, you dropping a band.
1,000%.
Just on alcohol.
Easy.
Yeah. And parking.
So, how
Atlanta.
can we change that narrative though? Like
Yeah.
you said, my homeboy Malik, I know he just spent a couple grand. I mean, I appreciate him investing what he did, but it's like, how can we, instead of putting $2,000 to go to the club and get a new fit and do this, that, and the third, how can we reinvest into the community? And it doesn't have to necessarily be my company. we can support other black-owned businesses that are on the spill, other people have raised. Like, how do we support one another so we can own our own infrastructure? That's been what I've been pushing.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing mindset that we should take on, because one of the biggest things we don't look at blowing money as an investment, right? Because we are investing. We're investing in a good time, but there ain't no return on it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the instant gratification aspect of it is like, if I buy this bottle, I'm going to be drunk in an hour. If I wear this fit, I'm going to get some compliments. I might get a girl number. I might go home with something tonight. Yeah. You know, and at the very least, I'm going to feel good. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of our investment is not only material, but it's just more so emotional. It's about instant gratification. Yeah. Whereas somebody could invest in your company in the short term, and in the long term, great payoff. You know what I'm saying? Where do you stand with? Of course, I think I'm a big proponent of this. Like, if you have a product, if somebody offering you $1 billion for your product, sell the product. But how do you keep that brand loyalty with people that want to invest in it just because it's black owned? How do you keep ownership of something? Gotcha. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like they'll feel that's our community, right? Yeah. It's like you sell for, let's say you run it up and you sell it for $2-3 billion, and they're gonna be like, well, but it ain't owned by black people no more, and it's and it's like, but I mean, if you invested in the company early, you could be a part of that pie. I think that's a part of it too. Yeah, I think when you're raising money, it's the ultimate strategy is always to sell. I think because it's OPP. And that's how you get to return your investment. But the way we look at it is we can always maintain some sort of ownership in the company, kind of similar to what Prize Picks just did. They sold off 63% of the company. Understood. But there are people that still own shares, and it's ways to move around and to be smart. It's not 100% sell off. No. I wouldn't completely walk away. That's why we created two different verticals. So there's the ISP side, which is fiber to home, last mile, more infrastructure, and then the other side is cell service, fixed wireless, stuff like that. I mean, there's a way to split it up. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like Mint Mobile, when he sold his percentage. He walked away with $200-300 million, but there's a way he could have kept a percentage in the company as well. So it's still. And that's Ryan Reynolds, Mint Mobile. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He went. I ain't gonna hold you, man. If I get in, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know something about me right now. If I invest in somebody in a company, and 5 years later they return and I get $300 million, there ain't no more podcast. I'm doing a podcast from a yacht. Hey, welcome to Chris and Ed's podcast. We out here on the Pacific. We out here eating rare eel, nigga. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just clubbed a seal. This shit going crazy out here. Yeah. we in blubber nuggets. Blubber nuggets. This shit get real expensive. Yeah. It's a $10,000 episode. Nah, I'm playing. But nah, I ain't though. As far as the walking away from everything, because it's like I'm the type of person like, how much money you need? 300 million. That's not enough. I think it's enough. I'm not walking away. I'm just putting more into other people. I feel like I'm gonna buy a clone. It'd be Deontay the clone. It'd be Deontay. It'd be a nigga that look like me. I got to put other people on, bro. We got to continue to make impact. Like I respect background people. Philanthropy, bro. I'd be big philanthropist like Jeff Bezos' wife. Yeah. Or somebody like Shaq. Like Shaq can retire tomorrow if he wanted to. Yeah, I think I'm saying that in jest because I don't. Because I'm fairly new to all this. Mm-hmm. I think after a while, like that investment, it's like it's a gamble, but I think it become an obsession for people. But also too, it's like shit. I invested $25,000. I made $25 million. Shit. I'm gonna throw me a couple more $25,000s out there and see what hit. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. You turn into an angel investor. I know people that do. That's what they do. Yeah, for sure. They hit their first lick, and now it's okay, cool. And I'm only investing in these type of companies. That's how TXO invested in me. They only invested in black tech startups. Oh, okay, yeah. And they put out $1 million a year. They select 9 to 10 companies that they invest in. Mine was one of them. Yeah. So, I mean, it's all it takes is one. Yeah, for sure. I think that this is an extremely sustainable thing, and I think also the digital redlining creates underserved communities, especially when it comes to Wi-Fi, especially when it comes to affordable mobile services.
Yep.
Like you said, fixed wireless, things like that, where it's just like, man, my wireless company ain't hitting on shit, but ain't nobody else come over here.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people get stuck with what they got. You know what I mean? Because I done stayed in some shaky spots before, and I was like, damn, man, the Wi-Fi like really don't hit over here. And then I go to somebody else's house and the Wi-Fi boom, and I'm like, fuck they got going on? But because we think Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi.
It's not.
And it's not.
It's
you know
different.
what I mean?
I was just telling him, shout out to Tori AIE. We actually provided their internet service. They were in that building and whatever they had. I think they were Comcast or something. It wasn't working. Me and Tori sat down. I did a whole analytics surveillance, see how everything was working, found the right spots, and we provided the service for them.
Man, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's amazing.
Shout out to AIE, man.
What are some of the other companies that, you know, you plug them or not your competition, but some other black-owned like startup tech companies that you would say people should be on the lookout for, or just like be prepared to invest in? And then also, if people wanted to, like, are you still in the money raising phase right now?
Yeah.
How could people like get in? How can I get in? How can I invest me a little rack?
WeFunded.com/Culture Wireless.
Say that.
Go
Right
ahead.
to the camera, say right there.
Yeah, WeFunded.com/Culture Wireless.
Funnel. We funnel.
WeFunder.
We funder.
Yeah, that's the West Side. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. WeFunder.com /
Yep. Culture Wireless. Get in there, man. Get in there. Especially, you know, I got some big announcements coming. I've been sourcing a lot of
Wi-Fi. This shit ain't here.
Nah, we gotta get you. We gotta get you right.
We need that culture wireless over here.
Yeah.
Like, when we get done with this, I'm gonna really have a real serious talk with you.
Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, we in here. Man, I'm on that, bro. My little rack. You hear what I mean?
Get in there. I appreciate it.
When you see the Grits Next studio building just pop up on your corner.
Yeah.
And we all our Wi-Fi come through Culture Wireless. You hear me?
Yeah.
I've been in talks with this other company, Panther.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
Mm-mm.
So they have created a black-owned social media company. I'm actually gonna have the founder come on here.
Okay.
But with the I think the great aspect for them is they do. So they're very serious about it being black-owned.
Okay.
And they very serious about it servicing black people. So there's a verification that you have to do before you get in. It's like a face verification, but it's not like an ID or anything. It's like they have you sing a song. Like,
Yeah.
I think the joint that we sung was Before I Let You Go.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
that's
dope.
super duper black. They don't even tell you how the song go. You just gotta know. You know what I'm saying? If you know type vibe.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing that they do that I think is really great is that they have a money tab where people can invest into the app or invest towards a goal. So let's say the goal is, we want to open up a grocery store in this neighborhood specifically. Because they're underserved or they food desert or a lot of food insecurity in this area, they have and then you can keep tabs with every person that's invested. You can keep it's like a pot that they created.
That's dope.
And I think I would like to create some connection between y'all two. Because y'all are in the tech space together, but doing totally different things. But maybe there's some overlap there where y'all can lend to each other.
Yeah. I love to talk to him.
Yeah. I'll make that connection after the show. Yeah, we can get that Culture Wireless up here in Encyclopedia. We'll be decent, brother.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was feeling like, bro. We can start that off. I tell you out loud.
Yeah. I think we should do that though, man. Put together companies that should be, black-owned businesses.
They should be partnered together, right?
Yeah. Kind of create a round table. I was telling Isaac that the other day, like how can we find all the black-owned tech companies, just companies in general that's raising or looking to scale. I think that'd be dope.
I think even more, the unfortunate part is there is going to be competition. But I think there has to be some form of collaboration about, okay, you have great ideas on your platform. I have things that work and don't work on my platform. How do we collaborate and create a better app than everybody else?
Yeah.
Instead of us being in competition. Now we we take all the resources we have and we put them together, and now we got twice the marketing, we got twice the brand recognition, we got rid of all the bugs. Isaac, fan base had so many bugs in it. That's why I got off of it.
Yeah.
But I was down for the cause. I still got my fan base account. I still tap in every now and then.
Yeah.
But I think that's another thing that people don't talk about in the tech space, that there's so much that goes into maintaining and keeping it running, right? Like this is a part of what the data centers are. It's not all AI, so it's not all bad, but they're still necessary to store data, and the data goes directly into marketing, and it also goes into like improving on things, right? And you know, when you are seeing certain situations happen where people are having startups, especially in the tech space, the user experience is key. And if the users have a bad experience early on, they're not understanding of like how long it took Facebook to become Facebook, Instagram to become Instagram, Twitter to become Twitter, and they already have a premium product in their hand, so they don't want to take the time to like invest and go on the journey with another company.
Yeah, that's you know how black culture is. The moment we go in here to a restaurant, we're gonna complain about it. Da 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 da. If my phone service didn't work, oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over with.
It's over with.
Yeah,
they gonna
it's
move on.
one and done type.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
How is Culture Wireless flipping the script on telecom through affordability, equity, and its unique data sharing initiative? So what's the data sharing initiative?
So what happened, the Affordable Connectivity Program was getting cut last year. A lot of scamming was going on, essentially. So 45 million people lost their access to internet. So I'm looking at my phone. My business partner, Jerome, was dropping off a hotspot in the hood. And before he can get out the neighborhood, they had went through all the bandwidth. I'm talking about in a matter of 5-10 minutes. Because she had 8 kids in the house, one playing PlayStation, one watching Netflix, the other one doing, it just wasn't enough. And I said, damn, I wish I could share some of my data with them because I never go over.
Right.
And everybody kind of looked at me like, what? It was another one of those aha moments. And people don't understand data is all in one big pool. So T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon have really been getting over for years because they just resell what you didn't use already. So because you didn't use your 10 gigs, you only use 4 or 5. The other 4 or 5 goes back in the pool. He goes over, they charge him $10 for every gig he goes over, but they just taking the ones you didn't use and they just made extra $50.
Oh, I mean, them folks flipping bricks.
Yeah.
They got the dummy brick for you.
And it's crazy because you just can't use it all. So I'm like, well, damn, what if I had the option
to share data,
to give it up, and then I get a reward?
You fine.
And I'm telling you that shit. And I pitched that to T-Mobile, and they're like, bro, that's genius. Nobody's ever even thought about that.
Yeah, they ain't thought about that because they getting over shit. Also, too,
Yeah.
it's like with Netflix, like sharing passwords. It's like they want everybody to have their own individual, but they don't understand a big reason why people fuck with Netflix is because they can share the password. Yeah. So if I can't afford, because I don't think that people that are in that world, in that tech world, in that $300,000 a year is the standard world. Mm-hmm. They don't understand that some people really can't afford $10 a month.
No, they can't, bro.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's, for one, there needs to be more focus and emphasis, like, on the people that have low affordability. Mm-hmm. There's always a focus on the middle class who have a little bit more spending money, a little bit more, like, I would say like discretionary funds. Just like they, I can get Paramount Plus for a month. I'll see if I'm fucking with it, and if not, some people can't. Like, I ain't giving nigga $10 a month for nothing.
That's why I call it the data rich and the data poor.
Data rich and data poor.
I don't even know how much my phone bill is. I got my sister on there, my mama, everybody's paying everybody's bill. It might be $300-400 a month. You can't go to the bluff and say that. Like those people, they getting prepaids. They were using that ACP program. Like they needed it. We had people signed up. We had 6 nodes that spanned from Cameron Alexander down North Side back up MLK. It was like a 3-mile radius that people were actually paying that $5 a month so they can have access to the internet. So when the government cut it off, what they doing?
Right.
They back to like, dang, we on Obama phones and we trying to figure it out. We back riding to the Starbucks. Like you can't. in these days and age, like you have to have internet. It's like having water, like having power. Like
Real
if you
rap.
got, yeah,
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. You cut off from the world if you ain't got no internet. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's really why people rock with the iPhone so much. Because even if you ain't paid your bill, you can still just hook up to the Wi-Fi and get with it. And I think that's another aspect that people. I don't know if you could do that on other phones or not. I just know that that's what niggas do with their iPhone.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
just be like, bro, let me get your Wi-Fi real quick.
Yeah.
they back in the game. They iMessaging you all day.
Yeah.
So there's really never really been much provision for poorer people to have the same experience as other people. And that data rich, data poor, that coin that, put that on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trademark that.
Yeah.
Stamp that. It's actually a aspect of it I never really thought about. I struggle to like thinking about where I come from in a situation where when I ain't had no money, my scope of the world is like this, because it's really a day-to-day thing. As you expand out, you can kind of go week to week, then you get month to month. The investment aspect of it is year to year.
Yep.
How long have you been kind of playing that game?
Years now, bro. To be honest.
Because the first investment you made was with your time, right? When you started a sports agency, you don't know if that's going to be expensive.
Yeah,
like,
it was
if
a
that's going to
risk.
be a thing or not.
It was a risk. I remember
You
the
had
first.
a surefire,
Yeah.
shit, a chemical engineer, that ain't nothing to sneeze at.
I remember the conversation. I was on 14th Street at not the Burger King, the Crystals in the lot. I couldn't pay the $750 a month for the parking decal. I was parking in Techwood every day. And when Doug called me, he said, "How much would you make when you leave Georgia Tech?" I said, "About $150, something like that." He said, "Would you want to make $1 million a year?" And at that time, that's when.
Yes, nigga.
Yeah. It was, I was like,
What do you mean? Yes.
That
Would I?
yeah.
Would you like $850,000 more than that? Yeah, of course I would.
And he had to explain to me how the business worked, how you make percentages off of contracts and all the relationships. And I know at the time, I think it was Pac-Man. Adam Pac-Man Jones had just called. And I think that's what started the conversation. And then he was like, "Just call all your boys up." So I hit up my boy JD, James Davis. He went to Doug with me. At the time, Greg Smith was at Tech. He hooked me up with a bunch of guys. So it was just knowing that I'm going to have to invest a lot of time and learn this business, because I've been math science my whole life. To switch to entertainment, just that learning curve was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So
well, then also, too, you got to think about this. You new to something, but you're going straight to the big leagues.
Yeah.
With people that have been doing it 20, 30 years, who daddy was doing it 20, 30 years.
Yep.
And so they got all the connections. They got all the know-how. But I think the thing that gets discredited a lot of times is how the players feel, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, these folks, especially these folks that come from lower income neighborhoods, they ain't really did a whole bunch of dealing with white folks. So if they go on based on other people's experiences, especially in entertainment, sports, and music, shit, bro, these folks be stealing. It's like, I'd rather niggas steal from me than, you know what I'm saying? That's just real, you know what I mean? That's just, because I think, you know what I'm saying, we speak the same language.
Yeah.
So it's like, you going to be more understanding than me, and that builds trust right there. And that lead me into my question about why do you think now is the time for black people to not only consume our products, but invest in our culture as well. Because this is an investment, not in culture wireless, but like actually our culture. This is an infrastructure building thing.
Yeah, because culture is our biggest commodity, and we give it away every day for free, period. And I felt like, how do we stop that? We got to build generational wealth. We got to tap in and build real community. I heard you say that the other day. Like, we don't understand what real community is. I sat down with Ambassador Young about a year ago. He the OG, and I was like, "Bro, how did y'all do it? Like, how did you sit down with Dr. King?" And he was like, "Bro, was just like y'all. We riding around, we go to pastors, we sit down, and they just break bread and they figure it out. Kind of similar to what they're doing at the gathering spot with Ryan. You know, I like what he's doing. I feel like if more of us were to go like-minded individuals and see how we can really, truly build community and invest in one another, That's how you build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I come from a lot of my early critiques was about capitalism, and I think more than anything it's that unfettered capitalism. It's the monopolizing. We had a situation. I woke up this morning, the AWS went down, and it affected so many different businesses. It affected hospitals. And AWS is an Amazon wireless service for people that don't know. And these are things that's happening in the background that we don't know about, which kind of leave like a bad taste in our mouth about these big like mega corporations who have monopolized not only like our data and our shopping experience, but now even down to like wireless and Wi-Fi. And it gets to a point where it's like so unfettered that there's no reinvestment in the community. Do you think that that's something, because you can get ahead of the anti-capitalist, the socialist, the communist by simply doing a reinvestment to the people that use it, and you are providing a space for like underserved communities and things like that. But in the long term, in your organization, how do you reinvest into the people that invest into you now?
I mean, continue to build infrastructure in those communities, but also, like you said, teach them how to grow generational wealth. I think Isaac said something the other day. There's 45 million black people out in the U.S. If we were all to take a stance today and say we're all switching the culture, what would happen?
Oh man,
yeah. If we all said today we switching the fan base, what would happen? If just the top 300 athletes on ESPN say we all going to HBCUs next year, what will happen to
it'll change everything. It'll literally put the ball in our court because they have these corporations and they have these industries built up off of our labor. Yeah. Fashion industry constantly stealing from black culture. Music industry ran by black culture. And the same thing is to say about tech and wireless, where we blow a lot of these apps up. Like Black Twitter is a thing, but we don't own Twitter. We don't got no stake in Twitter. Yeah. Instagram from the beginning. I mean, if you're a beautiful woman, shit, you winning on there, and they have no investment in the app. Yeah. So it's all consumer, and then you're being used, and like they'll let you get on there and hustle some products, run some ads, but they're not paying you specifically for the content and the eyes that you bring to it. I think that's why TikTok was so sought after at a certain time, because I mean, especially even for me, there was a time on TikTok where I was making like $5K a month. And it wasn't nothing. It wasn't no subscription service. It was just off the content I was posting. I was being compensated for keeping eyes on the app. Yeah. And I think that a lot of these apps that come from overseas have that incentive. I think Bigo was really big in like 2014 to 2018 because they was paying people just to make sure they was keeping eyes on the app. And since we've seen an American investment into TikTok, them numbers done shit. I ain't even making a quarter of that no more. That's why you get off of that. I don't even look at TikTok as like the place to be no more. You know what I'm saying? They had this time, because for people to be putting hours, literally like over the span of a month, hours into not only consuming the app but creating on the app, there should be compensation for that. Yep. Even if we don't create the infrastructure for it, we keep it popular. We make sure people are there. Like, people are there for creators. Yep. They're not there because if it was the same old song and dance, like even down to the gap in visibility. Like, white creators can get on there and just kick their feet and do a funny face, and it's like, shit, how the fuck you get 30 million views on that? You ain't even do shit. Yeah. I think to kind of tap in what you asked a second ago, I think one of the things we're going to do is eventually pay people to actually use the device. We're looking to create our own devices. That's later down, like phase 2 or 3, once we really raise enough capital, get enough users. One of my advisors, he's my fractional CTO, Robert Frederick. Actually, he created AWS. Funny story. He's from Atlanta. He's the lead engineer. His dad was the engineer that created MARTA. Random.
A man from Atlanta created AWS. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos.
Atlanta do really influence everything.
They do. Atlanta influenced everything. Jeff Bezos flew to Atlanta, got my boy Rob, cut him a check, took him to Seattle, and he created AWS.
And he still got investment in that now.
Yeah, he in Seattle now, but he's creating a lot of our tech, the app, the service where I'll be able to pay users, the data sharing. Like Rob is
Black man.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
With the Woodward.
Well, but this the thing. This is not uncommon. This is literally American history.
Yeah.
The reason why these lights stay on as long as they do because it's Lewis Latimer. So there and we can go down the line. We just did the whole episode about this where we talked about all the black inventions and improvements to prior technology. Just something as simple as the doorknob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like from the doorknob to the GPS system, that's all it is. And so it's like oftentimes, like you said, we give away the culture, but we give away creation.
Yep.
More than anything, I think the biggest aspect of black culture is creation, and invention, and then not only creating it and inventing it, but pushing eyes to it, like making it popular. You know what I mean? And I think that what you're doing is amazing, and like that's why I wanted to lend the platform to you so you could talk more about it, because I think that there is going to be more and more interest in divesting from bigger corporations, especially when we see them being invested in, genocides and shit like that. Just to be frank, like people are dying at the hands of their investments, and people want to be. They don't want to feel like that blood is on their hands too, because the empathetic person understands, like, if I'm spending my money here, I'm directly impacting thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. Suffering, you know what I mean? Yeah. So even when we speak down to the Congos, things like that, like all of those things, people feel implicated in that, even if it's a minor implication. I think the moral standard of people is rising. The more that we see the moral standards of our government lowering. Yep. So I appreciate you, bro, pulling up. Again, before you go though, let's talk about where they can find you, where they can invest. And even your social media, if that's a way for people to get connected to you, and then we'll be at the Trap Museum in a minute. You hear me?
Yeah, pull up. WeFounded.com/Culture Wireless, at Culture Wireless on Instagram, Facebook, and everything else.
All right, man. Well, this has been Bam Sparks, Atlanta native. You know what I mean? That Zone 1, Zone 4 area. Co-founder of Trap Music Museum and founder of Culture Wireless. And this has been episode...
One of them.
It's been one of the episodes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Big Cat, did you have any questions while you sit in the back? No, I'm good, son. Yeah. Anybody else got questions? You know what I mean? Yeah, you see how we leave it to the people. You know what I mean? But yeah, this has been an episode of the Grits and Eggs podcast. I'm your host Deontay Kyle, who's behind the camera.
Big Ice Club Cat.
And signing off with Bam Sparks. We'll see you next time.
Turn me on, man. It's just rap. You know what I'm saying? I just want to rap. I just want to rap, man. I just want to rap.
Fate was on my side.
Yeah.
Was my fate was on my side.
Man. Yeah. They say without the proper labor, faith don't stand a chance. I put my faith in faith and stand on fertile land. I planted seeds that'll indeed turn into trees. Be forest and peace teas get printed to me.